Well, hello there, dear viewer. Before we start the clip, I just wanted to remind you that we have a brand new Critical Drinker and Critical Doggo plushies available to order through the merch store. You can buy them separately, or if you get both together, you'll get a 10% discount. They're only available for the next couple of weeks, so be sure to click the link in the description to reserve yours today. Anyway, enough of that, let's roll the clip.
The other thing I was interested in, right, because Venom 3, The Last Dance, is out now, and we have managed to locate someone who's actually seen it. Out of like the entire human population, one person has seen it. His name is Dark Hour, and he is reporting to us live from his house, I guess.
I was going to go see it right now, but I'm on here.
Oh, sorry. Well, he can tell you if it's worth your time. Anyway, Dark Hour. Yeah. You're on live.
Yes, Drinker, I'm here.
What can you tell us about the scene of the crime? What can you tell us about this movie?
First I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay.
To catch up a little bit.
That kind of movie.
And I'm gonna start by posing a question. When you think of Venom, where on your list of things does dance number to ABBA's The Dancing Queen lie?
Number one.
Like on number one. Oh yeah, it's number one, because that was exactly where I thought it was, and it shows up right at the midpoint of the movie. It's fantastic.
What?
That had to be the dumbest thing I've seen in about a week. So
what is it with, why is everything a musical now? I don't get it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It wasn't honestly. It wasn't really. I wouldn't call it a musical. It was just one really. So they go to Vegas at one point because why not? And he runs into. I know nobody remembers shit from the Venom movies, so like just try.
Just try.
But that like random woman that ran the convenience store that he lived under or over or whatever just happens to be in the casino in Vegas and takes him up to her like suite that she won, and her and Venom, not Eddie, Venom in his full suit. Just have a dancing number for no apparent reason. And they're like, oh, how about one last dance? I was like,
they said the thing.
But I couldn't even make that joke. I couldn't even do that. It was that bad. I was like, me and the other person there were very, very.
You could have made the BBC joke. Venom, the Asian woman.
This may be the single most repetitive film I've ever seen. It's just so they have, first of all, anybody who knows the comics, Null, the god of the symbiotes, king of the void, all of these random titles that he has. One of probably the only cool character that's been invented in the last 10 years or so by Marvel. He's in the very beginning, he's the opening scene, and he's in about 10 seconds of the end. And that's it. That's the whole amount that he's in. He just sends these things that they call xenophages. They're just dogs, giant dog alien things to go hunt down the symbiotes. And so apparently they can track specifically Venom because of a dumb contrivance that they have. But it only happens when he's in his full form. And every time he turns into the full form, the dog thing just crashes through the wall. It's like no time whatsoever. It could be hundreds of miles away. And he turns into it, it's like right through the wall. And it just keeps happening. It's like every 15 minutes. Oh, we can't turn into our form. Oh, I turned into it. Oh, here's the dog again. Let's run. It's the most repetitive movie I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
I'd honestly love to talk to the director, because I think it's the same guy who did all three movies, isn't it?
It's a woman.
Right. I'd love to say to her, like, how does it feel to have directed a trilogy of the most forgettable films in all of Hollywood history? Like, literally, because it is a joke at this point. Like, it's a meme that nobody can remember anything about any of the Venom films. Like, they're just
I just remember from the second one. I just remember being looking at it like, why did you cast Woody Harrelson as Carnage? He was one of the biggest miscasts. I was like, that part was like lined up for Jackie Earle Haley. I think he would have been fantastic with that part. And it's the first one. I always say, I've said this before, I'll say it again, the first one's not really that bad. Like it's a bit forgettable, but when you go back and watch it, it's not the worst way to spend an hour and a half. The second one's utter dog shit, and this one might be even worse.
Wow. I'm blown away by the fact that they clearly made enough money that they're viable, like they're justifying sequels. I just don't know how. I don't know who goes to watch them and why and what they get out of it. They're just such weird movies. They always come out at this time of year as well, where it's just like that sort of traditional like summer movie season where you get like superhero films. They bypass all that. They come out in like October when you expect horror, and it's just like these goofy, forgettable, bland superhero flicks that feel like they came from 10 years ago. Yeah. It's such a weird. It's a weird little franchise.
With this one too, it picks up right after the weird Mexico scene that they showed in, was that the end of No Way Home? And
there's like some weird reality shift or something.
Yeah, and they don't even really address that at all. There was one line that made me laugh. It was right in the beginning. It was right in there. When Venom, when they get sucked back out of that universe, and Venom just goes, "We're done with that multiverse bullshit," and that was it. That was the only thing that was funny in the whole movie. The rest of it was just fucking horrible. It was I texted Drinker at like what I thought was close to the end, and there was still half of the movie left. Wow, I was like, what is going on here?
Like, I feel like I've been in here for 3 hours. It's like, yeah, you're only like 30 minutes in, right?
It really felt like that. And at this point, so if you look at it as a series, not only is the movie repetitive, if you remember in the first or second one, multiple times he gets separated from Venom and he's like, "Oh, where are you?" They do that in this one too. Yeah. And Tom Hardy, he's trying his ass off with what he has, and it's just, he can't make it work, which is, I would have normally gave him some slack, but apparently he wrote that he was part of the writing team.
Jeez. What?
Wow.
So,
damn, Tom.
It's that's my report from the field. How are you guys doing? How's everything? These are all some of my favorite people to stream with, and Blue Collar Loser. What's up, everybody?
You know what? Let's be that for your birthday.
I'll catch up with you, Drinker.
What sucks, because Venom, especially as a comic book fan, there's a billion Venom storylines you could have told. At the end of the day, what's the point of this trilogy?
So I think that actually at its core might be the biggest. The biggest problem is that they're doing this fucking stupid Spider-Man-less Spider-Man verse that they're trying to do. Yeah. That doesn't. There's no reason to do it. You don't have to necessarily use Peter Parker. They could have used Ben Reilly. They could have done the Scarlet Spider. They could have just kind of revived the Andrew Garfield version. They could have done so many things to bring Spider-Man into this, but still give the MCU their Spider-Man. Yeah. And so that's the main problem. Number two is that they're picking from all these pretty good stories. So you had with the second movie, you had they took some stuff from Lethal Protector. They took some stuff from Born in Blood, and they just kind of threw them together into a story that didn't work. And that's the problem, is they're just cherry picking random details from good stories and throwing them into a shit script. Yeah. And I saw the Kraven trailer. It looks like straight up trash.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, does it give a conclusive ending, or is it setting up the possibility of more Venom movies?
I'm guessing no one in the audience really in the chat really cares if I spoil this. So, I'll give. Does anybody care out there? I'll give them like 10 seconds to determine that.
I am willing to bet my life savings that not anyone in chat gives a shit about spoiling this.
Drinker's life savings, if we're betting that.
Tom Hardy give you at least £4.50 on this one.
Well, Tom Hardy said that I have no problem coming back as much as I'll play this character forever.
Well, I got really? Yelled at. I'm just asking the chat because last time I did something like this, you guys yelled at me about Romulus, so I'm just double checking. I'm sorry. You were
wrong on Romulus. It was way worse. You lied.
I'm just gonna start becoming Drinkers like in the field guy. I'll just go see the movie at like 2:00 my time, and I'll report at 5:00 my time.
You have to do it outside the theater when there's a storm happening. You look like a real man.
I'll do that. I'll see if I can make that work. I'll like put on like a poncho and be like, I'm here. But
it's just the end of the trilogy.
It's weird conclusive because like Venom dies. He like sacrifices himself, but we saw that in the first movie and he came back anyway. and they show Null. He's like, I'm gonna come and kill all of you. I fucking hate everybody because I'm stuck in this shitty area. And then all of a sudden, Tom Hardy, like Eddie Brock, is just in New York, because the whole time they're trying to get to New York. They start in Mexico. They're like, oh, we got to get to New York because I have dirt on a fucking judge there. Let's blackmail a judge. That story never goes anywhere. They're just trying to get to New York the whole time. And Ed Muller will get a kick out of this because he was on the Beast Up the other day. He's at the end. He's staring at the Statue of Liberty. And he's like, "Oh, I'm here, buddy. You're not." And I was like, "That's New Jersey, motherfucker." But yeah. So it's like very ambiguous as to whether or not it's over. I think it was done like that on purpose, though. I think it was designed like, oh, that we have an out, or we can come back if it's successful, which I don't think it's going to be. It's a race to the bottom with these Spider-Verse Sony films.
Wow.
Well,
okay. Well, there you go. That was Venom: The Last Dance.
Yeah, I tried to get it all out as fast as I could.
I mean, honestly, yeah. If anyone still feels inclined to go watch it after that, then hats off to you. Like, really.
Dark Hour, you took a real bullet for the rest of us.
Yeah, thank you.
That's becoming my thing lately. I did it with Agatha. I'm doing it with this. I'm going to do I think I'm going to try to do a proper review on this, though. About halfway through, I ran out of stuff to take notes on because it was just so repetitive. That I was like, I wrote this already. If I just keep saying the same thing over and over again, it's going to sound like I'm just recycling, and that's pretty much what they were doing.